Today I want to talk about the one cello string ensemble and emphasizing a depth of a scene. I will use once again a scene from the Masurian Thriller to demonstrate that. So a quick recap. Victoria and Leon are coming to a funeral ceremony. They are going there because one of the suspects is there. They are investigating this murder. But we wanted to underline the fact that they are there first as human beings that care, and while they are there, they are really there and they feel the pain of the mother and the wife. I decided to use a very intimate cello-based ensemble and not impressive string arrangement or sample-based string arrangement, mainly for the reason to have it as real as possible, as authentic as possible. Let's have a quick listen. So what we hear here is one cello and of course our Western guitars, just to tie it to the rest of the soundtrack. To break it down, each cello was recorded with two mics, a ribbon mic underneath to give some bottom and grit to the sound, and a condenser upon that gives of course some wideness to it. So let's start from the first, second, third, playing exactly the same part, just to give it the ensemble's feel. And the second part, it's only two parts, very simple arrangement. And an octave. Those that just do a low pizzicato part, just to give it some drive and movement. And let's check the guitars for a second. So we have our Western signature chord. And you remember our mandolin, guys? So here they are. Just to give some breadth and dynamic to the whole story. And support the main melody of the upper cello. Together. Again, ends with this ending chord. So in my opinion, this helped the scene to feel really, really real. And in this, for a moment, you forgot that Leon and Victoria are one more day at the office, coming to do their job, and emphasize them as human beings that at this moment put everything aside and first felt the pain of the mother and the wife and were really present there. One more thing I actually noticed after is that Parallel to that, Victoria is actually still mourning the death of her husband. And at the end of this scene, you could see her going out and kind of taking a moment alone with herself. And this music kind of felt like it brought her back to her own mourning and connected her to this scene from a personal point of view, not only from her professional side. One more thing that would be interesting to share about the process of that is the cello player that came for a session to record. It was a very short notice. I needed somebody from today till tomorrow. None of the usual players that I'm working with was available, so Lee came here to play. She's a wonderful cello player. It's the first time I was working her, so I didn't really know what to expect. So I had something in my mind. I sketched something on a piece of paper. When she entered, we started to play around with this idea. In a way, I felt that I'm kind of pushing her or forcing her to go in a direction that is not very natural to her. So after a few trials, I took this paper, threw it aside. Maybe the only thing we kept is kind of the basic harmony of the original idea. I asked her to play around. I saw where her strength is and kind of followed her, took a guitar in my hand, and pretty much in 20 minutes we had this going. And she was very happy, I was very happy, and I think this was kind of the shortest way to the target at the end. And as you can see in the project, there's almost no edits there. It's just one long take, so it was also easier job for me eventually. From my past experience, I think I proved myself enough times that if I have a particular, I can squeeze it out of any player, but it's not always worth the effort at the end. Sometimes it's more important not to be attached to the idea and see what's in front of you and work with what you have in the satisfaction of all that are involved. That's all. Thank you very much. See you next time.